I'm curious what that problem was you guys were having, Todd, with the video player. I didn't read everything on there, but
Um, the video. I don't think was the video player me. I think that was.
was it all Ian?
I think that was Ian. That part was, yeah.
What was yours? Did you had an issue?
Um, yeah, I just had one with downloading and installing version 37 in Android, where as soon as I downloaded it, it opened into some dummy profile. It didn't take me through onboarding at all.
Yeah.
I had to.
I think what Todd's having, I think we should really take a look at really soon. It doesn't look right. This is something on the app side, but we need to figure it out.
This is your first time downloading 37?
No,
Okay. Well, what happens?
but I put the video of the screen recording in.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, it doesn't go through onboarding. I just open it and it just puts me right into the home screen of Circles, but it's like a dummy profile with no data.
But what's really interesting, that user key does not exist in our database.
Isn't that only possible because you're a tester?
That account is not a tester.
That account is not in either QA or production. I have no idea where that account comes from.
There's no names or anything loaded.
Nothing at all.
That account isn't even in the database, is what I'm saying.
Right. But isn't that his user ID in QA?
No, that's in neither QA or production.
Hmm.
I have no idea where this 49016 is coming from.
Hey, I mean, will you do me a favor? Will you watch the screen record Todd just put it into development?
Okay.
Seems he downloaded from the Google Play Store and ended up with a user ID that we don't recognize. And so if I keep watching this, Todd, does any...
There's nothing. It's just more of just I just went through looking around places. It's just all dummy data, except for the feed, the discovery feed has data in it.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that's...
I don't see dummy data. I see all zeros.
Sorry, yeah, it's just like empty data, just empty.
Well,
Yes.
yeah,
has-
it seems like there- there's no API requests are making it through.
Hmm.
Like for example, like when the user we went to the map, the wheel,
Mhm.
those images are coming from Cloudinary. They were able to be downloaded and shown in the wheel, but other stuff they're not. So either no internet network, which I thought, or the backend was down at this moment, but or the user key, it's
The
not
user key
doing
is,
anything.
yeah, the user key is what's concerning me, is that user key is not even in the database.
All right. Also, like,
Oh, this user this user key was Todd Droid test phone, it looks like. I went back and I tried to find any record we had of it.
Okay.
And it was Todd Droid test phone, which almost sounds like that. This could be why Todd's notifications just randomly stop.
Right.
Okay,
It-
good.
Why? Yeah. Why, Todd? Have you ever used Todd Droid test phone on this phone? I'm going to assume yes.
Yeah, I would assume so, but it was probably months and months ago.
Yeah, S21 Ultra 5G.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in December.
Wait. I don't
Yeah, I
have
remember
an
Todd.
S21 Hold
you
on.
did-
I don't have an S21 Ultra. I don't have an Ultra. Hold on. I just have. Let me make sure. I don't think I have an Ultra. Hold on a second.
This will.
No, I have a. I'm sorry. I have a Galaxy S24 Plus. The
Well-
S21 Ultra is one of my test phones.
Yeah, but you did swap at one time early on.
Yeah, I'll see if
But when you say swap, what does that mean?
I remember you saying I only use this one for
Yep.
testing, but like you changed you had taken a code like on that phone.
Yes,
like
he
from
swapped.
the other-
He swapped it in January. I see it at 24 plus.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So okay, here's what I wonder: why was that lurking? Why was that data lurking around in your phone? And after you update it, why did your cache assume
Yeah, I don't know.
random?
Android is weird like that, right? Like you can clear your cache, clear data, but it's like not all the way clear.
Right.
Seems-
Like
Obviously,
Chantel
yeah.
still has problems with this.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe a little ChatGPT investigation could uncover some trick.
Sure.
Right, 'cause
Yeah,
it
good thinking.
Let's try
I'll do
that. But
I'll look
Jerry, it
around.
sounds like this is not anything affecting anybody but Todd.
would, I would assume it would only affect people who use multiple accounts on the same phone, if anything.
Okay.
Right. Which is rare.
Okay.
Like I said, this John, this also would absolutely answer why Todd's notifications go out every now and then.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I figured it was something like that
Yeah.
because nobody else on Android is reporting that.
Correct.
So that's good. It's not a
Yeah, it's just isolated.
5-alarm fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yep.
glad. I was wondering what that user key was, and I was really concerned that this user key was like not tied to a test.
Right.
But now-
Right. Like other people are going to end up in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Now
Yeah,
it
that-
makes sense.
That was concerning me too, but okay, a little false alarm on that. But Jerry, let's try and get inside. Why don't you guys do some investigations? Let's try and get to the bottom of how to just completely almost factory reset the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll do a little research and find out.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, let's get an update from Amit. What's up, Amit? How you doing?
Are you there, Amit?
Sorry, I was talking on mute. Hello, can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
can. No problem.
Yes. Okay. So can I start my update?
Yes, please.
So I'm working on only writing JUnit. I don't have another task. So can you please assign me some other task? I'm getting bored writing JUnit.
Sure.
Oh, did you push all your tests up? It's been a while since I've seen the test cases pushed up.
I will post it, Jerry.
Yeah.
It is
Please make sure you push those when you can.
no, it's not happening, Jerry. So like I think you are making changes. We are making changes inside chat module, so that's why I need to change the test also.
Right. But if we can update those quicker, the idea is that we update them quicker, and then when I'm pushing changes, and if a test fails,
Yeah. So
I'll fix
yep. I will do that.
Have any tests failed yet that we, got a like an alert on or anything?
Our build will be failed, like we talked earlier also.
What's that now?
Our build will fail. We are not able to deploy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Can you please assign me another task also?
Yeah.
Jerry, I think I can work on this batching of notification, like what you discussed yesterday. Did you get a chance?
That would be great. Okay.
that.
Jerry, what do you think?
What do you think?
I need to come up with some database design for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When
Like approach, I can decide. Like, can I go through to the approach and share with you? That thing I can do it.
Yeah.
if you want to pitch something to us, yeah, go ahead.
Also,
Not right now, but I will go through it and I can work on it. So I said that.
yeah, that sounds good. We understood what you meant. I also have some other things I want. Maybe you could help with that. Let me run them by you. Let me get my notes. Okay, we want the ability to for a user to look at a photo that was, let's say, in a chat conversation, and we have photos now that are being taken by professional photographers and going into a particular topic. We want users to access the photos in that topic. They can now be downloaded because added the ability to download. on top of that, we want the ability for a user to tag a friend in the photo. So if they see their friend next to them, let's say, they can long press on their friend. I know that's going to be front end, but they can tag them, and then that user receives either a notification, or if they enter the phone number, they would get an SMS that said your friend spotted you in a photo with an invite link. Could you help with some of that part of it?
Yeah, that I can create the API part, but that also require database changes.
Mhm.
Database.
How
Right,
much
Jerry?
do you do from the front end? I mean, the back end.
Backend, yeah, we require anyway we require a API mutation to tag people.
You would make the API.
Yes.
Well,
Okay, great.
what he's just saying is everything needs
Mm.
a database layer for the backend to talk to.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes, we can work on it.
I got that. I get that. But you can still take the middle layer, right? Back end.
Yes.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Let me see what else I have. I have a couple other things. Let's see. Um, okay. When you press the check-in button on the nav bar, so the bottom of the phone, check-in button,
Mm.
um, you know how there's little, you get a list of places nearby you.
Yes.
I'm gonna put this in development so you can see too, Jerry. Um,
Mm.
I want to
So when
add.
we click,
I just sent it. I want to add a button to favorite the place also. Um, people they try that, so it's like, and I actually I do too sometimes. It would be useful to be able to favorite from there. Is there any back end work you could do there, Amit?
No, that's
no, that is outside. But like you want, suppose someone already favorited that business, so you want to show as favorited.
That's true. We should show it.
But I can't. Like here, we have one challenge. I think we earlier talked about it also. So these are all are coming from the Google API.
That's true. So
Yeah.
we don't know yet.
Yes, so we don't have a profile key yet now here. So it will be
that is true. Yeah.
so
Really? Why don't we? Could we get a profile key as this takes place, or is that?
so like
Mm.
I think it is doable, right, Jerry? What we need to do, like whatever business will be favorited, that it will be in our database. So using that Google ID, we can check it while returning that Google result.
Okay.
Yeah, we could give that a try. I don't think
Yes.
it's impossible. We just I hope it doesn't slow anything down too much.
Hmm.
Mm. So we'll try, make it try.
Why would it slow things down?
Because now every profile, if this is just returning the raw Google results,
Hmm.
we're not doing any modification of the data after.
Hmm.
So what we'd have to do is we'd have to pass each record through our database and see if it has a profile in it and if that requesting user has it favorited.
Favorited.
I see. Okay. Maybe second best would be, I guess it would be all front end now. Instead of the favorite button, the blue text just takes me to the profile where, of course, I can favorite from there if I wanted to.
Yeah, that would right then all that's all.
That's just front end though.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's an easy one too. I could have done that years ago.
What if we made like the check-in button bigger, but then yeah, the primary thing just went to the profile.
Right. Yeah, which it does not do, but could do very easily. Could have done that a long time ago. Maybe I'll give that to Wells as a task. Okay. Okay, so there's nothing back end on that. So that's probably a more safer solution, Jerry, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Let me think. What else I got? Well, Ahmed, did you work on the podcast player at all? You know what I'm talking about?
Podcast.
Yeah, like you know how if you lock your phone and you're listening to a podcast, you still have the controls on your lock screen.
So it is from the app side also.
Wasn't there something also from the back end?
No,
It was all app side.
app side. They are
what,
providing listening URL, something like that.
Okay.
what's that, John? Repeat that for me.
The controls to listen to a podcast on
Yeah,
your lock screen.
yeah, that's all front end.
Okay. I had the controls, but they didn't have like any none of the buttons would work, but I was still listening. It was actually the listen live button.
I wonder if that has any. Well, I don't think it's that closely related, but that could also tie into what Ian sent this morning about the video playback funkiness he was getting.
Okay. Okay. But he was listening to video or watching a video.
Right, he was watching a video, so not necessarily. It's the same thing, but it almost sounds like it.
Okay. Um, Jerry, did you ever make these changes? I'm sending you a screenshot. We talked about it, but I don't know that we made the changes on this. It's a web view of
Yeah,
the.
sure did. Let me go back and confirm.
Okay.
Yeah, this is very familiar. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Um,
I'll check it out.
the text looks like it should be a little bolder.
Yeah.
Ask. Not ask. I had the text a little bolder. I don't know if it's that font in particular I'm using.
Let's see. Let me go find it.
It's not. It doesn't look to be bolder, but I had to name the phone, and then I switched it to 555. So
Okay. Perfect. I do see all that now, but yeah, the top part should be more pronounced.
yeah,
You're gonna do it, or have AI do it?
I could do it. Just have to load that page. I just like changed the font to bold. I check it because I was just font bold, but that obviously didn't work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll keep looking on it and see if I have some other stuff for you. Actually, wait. Maybe one more thing. Maybe the winner's circle. How about this? Okay, so
I'm pretty sure I got a query for the winner circle.
yeah, but no more back end work. We would show a rank, for instance. So, like, let me just throw this in development.
Did I remember I did the query for the winner circle. Let me see.
Okay.
Um,
Winner circle. So
the
I think here we have
Yeah.
backend work.
leaderboard. Yeah, that's already done.
Yeah. Okay.
We already have API for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did that already. So, do I need to give it? I sent it to Wells. Is there somebody else that's working on this?
No, I'm gonna get Wells on it when he gets freed up.
Okay, I'm just
Um,
gonna pump it.
okay. What about let's say you're in a group and like one of the public ones that we pin at the top, and then you leave the group. It doesn't show up at the top again, or maybe it does, but it doesn't do it right away. I have a note here, but I can't remember what my experience was. It should show back up at the top, right?
It does it when you reload the app.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened. So that would be a front end thing if we wanted it real time, right?
Right. The front end would just have to refetch that query after you're removed from the group.
Okay, so no back end work there. Okay, well,
But Jerry hears with someone leave the group, subscription will do that, na? Like it will auto.
No, I mean this is that list of the public groups at the top. John's talking.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got it.
The subscription powered.
okay. All right. Well, I'll I'll keep looking. Actually, there might be one other thing. I don't know if we're doing this still, but do we still? We're not showing the dollar signs anymore. I don't think. I haven't seen those for a while. For to indicate the price of.
On this profile details,
Yeah, is that still coming
I
through?
will check this one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we're
Yeah.
still in the database.
Okay. I haven't seen it in a long time. I'm looking at some places right now. Okay. Well, let me go to Wells for an update while you're looking for that. Hey, Wells, how's it going?
Hey, sir.
1 minute, John. So, John, I think while I'm surfing our chat now, one idea comes to my mind, like other chat doing option.
Hmm.
When you inside a group, like other chat giving option to see all the media of that chat.
Yes, that's actually something we really want too. Yeah, could you work on the back end part of that?
Yes, we can work on that part.
Okay. So if there's like 30 photos, you could put them in a list.
Yes, that we
Okay.
can do it. Right,
Okay.
Jerry?
Was that again?
To see media, like all the media that's in a chat group, but all in a list.
Yeah, I just need to make a query for that.
For now, I can make the row query also. Like, yep, I think it will be pretty quick. Just
Okay.
we need to check the group chat dot message table if there is any multimedia in it.
There's some other stuff I have to put in there, like blocked users and stuff. I can make you a query today.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Jerry.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Okay. Good idea. Thanks, Amit. All right. Okay, go ahead. Wells.
Yes, sir. So, cool updates. I just opened an API for the main story grid API update yesterday. So on the Photos tab in the home screen, I just switched to the new API that Jerry has provided us that will handle the videos in the future. So I made all the matches for it to use that new API, and I opened API for it yesterday. Amit has brought a comment in here, and we are talking about it. And also, the PR for the um, location model not to lock the user is merged. And right now, I am looking into how to get the model not to appear in a profile screen. So right now, the user does not get stuck anymore in that location model if they do not have location enabled.
Okay.
But as soon as they search for a place and they actually go to view that place profile, they will actually see the model talking about the location again. So I'm looking into how to make that not appear in there at the moment.
Okay.
Yep. And
Uh,
Jerry just messaged me about the winner circles API here. Do we have the designs for that already?
yeah, Chantel's got designs.
Okay, so will we start implementing that this week?
Yeah, when you're freed up.
Oh,
I think
okay.
there's a couple more things for you to look at as well, right?
Yeah, a couple more things. But I think the winner circle is more, it's higher priority, or isn't it?
Yeah, we'll have to remind me what else you have. I think there was some couple. Did you ever get? Remember when you scroll and the share a trust tip component ended up over the top of the screen? Did you ever fix that?
I remember working on that, but I don't know if that's fixed. Perhaps I got
Yeah,
to avoid and completely forgot about it.
that's okay. There's another. That's another one there. Yeah, take a look at that, and just go through our notes too and see if you have covered all those.
Yeah. So I there is the add friends that when you go favorite something and you have the send separately or start a group conversation with specific people,
Mhm.
and you can add friends to your recommendations there. I still have to implement in making it so that the contacts that are already on the list are pre-selected on the model that pops up. So this is something in the to-do list.
Mm, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, um, on the spotlight people screen, when when you hit the X for ignoring a person there, and you immediately hit the see more, you will see the person there that you just removed. So it is in the to-do list to remove that person from the see more list as well. So this is something on the list. Also, on the send separately, you mentioned a photo didn't show up on the add friends drawer. So I got to check on why um, the photo might appear in one place but not in the other. So why it might appear in the recommendations but not in the drawer itself. Okay. 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 But yeah, and besides that, there are a couple more things on the checklist to be done here. So perhaps we want to discuss later whether they are priority or not, and kind of list them in order should execute them. So we make sure that we are dealing with the most important stuff first. And that's it for our updates.
Was he done with your update? Because I think John is says he will be back. You guys can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear
Oh yeah. So if you was done and written, so Jerry, like John says, there's an issue with the video player.
Yeah, did you see that video Ian posted this morning?
No, I mean the development channel.
Yes.
Okay, let me see it. It seems like you cannot play the video.
So when he tries to play it, what you'll see is the audio starts playing in the background. It gets really it takes a long time for the video to play. And then when he dismisses it, he still hears the audio.
Weird. Dismissing. That's Android or iOS?
iOS.
Well, there were some changes that were introduced to the how we load the video, so we can have the download button. That could could cause the issue of if you want to play it takes a long time, but like the audio in the background without the video on, that's different. So is the long video is the one the 27. I mean, the one.
I'm super excited to see all of you tomorrow at
Let's see what's going on.
30. We have an awesome show. We're gonna
Okay. I have an idea what's going on there. Well, Wells, you here?
Yes, sir.
Regarding your PR, I read your reply and I commented another to your reply. It's like yeah, like there's no need to have an additional state there. You can just derive that state into another const and it will just work as it should.
Yeah, that makes sense. Since it is a state already, that it will update everything. Will
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Good catch. Thank you, by the way.
No worries.
All right, I mean PR updated.
All right. Let me improve it and measure it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No worries.
I'll be right back, y'all. We're just gonna warm some food.
Okay, I'm back. I mean, you're looking into the video player thing.
Yeah. I saw the issue there, so
Mm.
I might have an idea what's going on there because there were some changes there introduced with the
Mhm.
download button and everything, and that also made the changes like how we load videos. So yeah, I might have I know what's going on there, so I'll work on it.
Okay. How many people would it affect? Do you think? Is it kind of an edge case, or is this something going to be really common?
I think the audio in the background it will be a common. I think once you open the video and you dismiss it, you might keep hearing the video, the audio.
Mm.
Yeah, and
You have to have your ringer on for that to happen.
I have what?
Do you have to have your ringer on? Because that's currently how it is right now to even hear audio from videos. Is you have to have your ringer on.
The ringer on.
Yeah, silent or not silent for
Oh
you know.
no, yeah. If you're silent, you can't hear anything. That's
But
that's
like
the
if I even if I listen to YouTube or watch a video, I can still hear it even if I have my phone ringer silent.
Oh, okay. I'm not really sure about that without rap. Like I'm not sure if it's gonna do or not.
Okay, I was curious.
Yeah, I'll assume that you would not because it's the system who decides eventually.
Hmm.
So maybe you could be doing something else or yeah, that's I'm not really sure. I have to test it and see.
Okay, but what about the other? What was the other issue he had?
The loading issue, like the second time when he tried to load the video, it takes longer.
Yeah. What?
That's weird because what I did, I mean, in a way, if you press the video the first time and it's loaded, the
Mhm.
second time it's gonna be there. You don't have to load in it again. It's there. It's like a caching mechanism. It's going in there. So I'm not sure why the second time it is taking longer than the first time, which is weird.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's those two issues. Well, they're all related on how we load the video. So I'll do a double look check there and
Okay.
fix it.
Okay. Are you right in the middle of it, or you want to give an update?
No, I was like cruising over the other small fixes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can
Wonderful.
get it built today.
Okay. Tell me. Why don't you update me then?
Oh yeah. Yesterday it took me a bit to finish the work on the front connect, especially the one that's in not interfering, but the ones that might goes if there is a start convo. So like after an onboarding, if there's a front connect, now we will play the friend connect first over the start convo if there is any, and if the user skips the friend connect, then there will be the friend connect, then there will be the start convo. Sorry, and after like the friend connect finishes, there is a start convo there, so we don't have to bother with it anymore. So there was some work there to make sure everything work in sync, and also the start convo itself works when there's no friend connect, so nothing interfere with anything. So that's all done. Also, when and background the app, there's not now we fetch if there is a badge available. So whenever you use and background the app, if there's a badge, it will be um played. This one I did not test it. I need a badge in my queue. It was late, so I'm not sure if to ask Jay about it.
Okay. We could
So,
ask
but
them. Or some common ones are if you favorite a podcast, you get a badge. Or also if you add three
but
questions,
do I see it immediately?
you should. Yeah. Well, if you favorite something, it's supposed to be blocked until the end of the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that could
Well,
be
the way how we do it, I just ask Jerry to push me some dummy, some not dummy, but just to push me explicitly some badges or friend connects when I need. So
okay.
You
Cool.
want to test? Yeah, just let me know when you want to test.
okay, and also like we removed the right now it was like right now the friend connect might not start if a user was in favorite inflow or other flows. We remove that now. The friend connect will be like the subscription for the friend connect. Whenever there is one, it will be triggering. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that's all done and everything. I'm working now on the issue we had yesterday. We discussed at the beginning of the stand-ups yesterday regarding the suggestions list and
Mhm.
how we decide whether to show it or not. That was the front end. So I'm working on this to fix it too. And yeah, there's other like other issues that I have on my notes. More like I would love to get them done today.
Okay. You're currently working on the suggestions list.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Um. Alrighty then. Then we'll get a QA build.
Yeah. Today we'll go.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Thanks, Amin. Actually, there was one other thing too that Wells was going to talk to you. We talked briefly about that favorite flow button, the pink button not coming up. Did you guys
Mm-hmm.
discuss his suggested timer thing on
So we
that?
did not discuss it. Wells, you here?
Yes, sir. I am.
Were you going to ask him something, Wells? I mean,
No, like he writes to me. It's like the issue and what would be the solution, and yeah, and I agree with the solution that he's suggesting that would work in case whatever is failing. Then we have a backup. That's we're making sure it's gonna be always there, so we don't block the user from checking.
mhm,
And the only one thing that is left where I think where this stuck is like figure out why that pink button is not showing up
mhm,
sometimes. So that's the thing that I think he needs help with. Yeah, once
mhm.
I have some time, I can work. I can look up and see what's going on there. But like meantime, he can go and do the timer solution. That would fix it.
Okay.
Oh,
You
okay.
want you'll do that, Wells?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, when you do look at the more root cause of that, will you also I have a question about this. So maybe you could bring, the original flow had the screen where it's like you could share it on Instagram or Snapchat. Remember
Shit,
your
that's another
favorite?
screen. That's
Yeah,
that's another screen. Mm-hmm.
the
Oh
original.
yeah,
It was the original
yeah,
flow.
the original. Okay, yeah, okay.
What I'm thinking is we use that flow after the user has seen the new one, like maybe after like 3 times or 5 times. Is that pretty easy to bring that back and have that logic to where it shows our new flow the first few times, but then the other flow?
So I mean, yeah. So yeah, to phrase it, if a user favorited three things, like 3 times,
Yeah.
the fourth we would add to the flow the
No,
share
not add to it, replace.
replace.
Go back to the original. Yeah.
Uh, okay. Mm,
Is it pretty easy to restore the old flow?
well, it depends on how that flow is still there, like in the code there or not. Which I don't think so. It might be
It
deleted.
should be, because when we first talked about it, I said, let's still have this.
Okay, if
Uh,
it's there,
yeah.
then well, again, the favorite flow it's a little big one because there's multiple steps the user goes through,
Mhm. But they both
and
start at the same place, which is good. Like the new one and the old one, they're both triggered at after.
yeah, it would be easier if like the end of the favorite inflow is not dependent on anything else, like,
Mhm.
or
Well,
we
I
don't
guess the
get
end,
some.
technically the end. Well, technically the favorite is official after the heart animation. That's officially when the favorite occurs. Is that our technical end to that flow?
I'm not really sure because like visually you can just see it like that, but it might be there's something else. Like for example, I have to go there and see. I have a feeling like there's something else that we need at the end of the flow to trigger something else. You know, what I'm saying is just like we have to like this is just a note to myself. I'm gonna be working on it, just like to making sure when the flow ends, it triggers whatever it triggers for the original flow we have in with the new one that we're gonna replacing it with, just to not break something else that we're
Mhm.
not even thinking about.
Okay. Okay. Well, I do know that we talked about it originally preserve the original flow. So
Mm-hmm.
I know you had that in mind. At least, so like,
Yeah.
well, and then Wells did work on it too, but um, hopefully it's still preserved. And
Right.
because like in my mind, the end of the favoriting is that end of that heart animation, and then that way it could have two possible paths after that, which should not technically be two different flows. One would be the old one where you can share it on Instagram, and then the new one where you can share it with some friends. Is that? Do you think it's architected that way?
Well, I have to give it a look to answer this like
Okay.
and that flow is big, so I'll have to still screen. Okay, that's it. Okay. Can you repeat the question again? Was that what I'm looking at?
The what I had in my mind was the favorite. Okay, so like the original favorite flow
Mm-hmm.
ended at the heart animation. Okay, so like that's how a
Yeah.
user the favorite. They see the heart animation.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's
favorite is official. Their friends get notifications. Now that's still the case. Like it is still an official, like in the database record, and people go get notifications after that heart animation. That's still the case right now. So my question is that the end of like technically the end of the favorite flow? And now we have optional flows after that. One would be the one where you could share it on Instagram and Snapchat, and the other flow would be where you could share it with your friends. Like ideally, those are two separate paths now, like two different flows that we can option. We can
mm-hmm.
take, and they don't, like they don't get in each other's way. The favorite flow is done, and now we have these other two flows.
Yeah. Look into the code. I can see. It's not gonna be a lot of work to have it there.
It won't be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. We did it the right way then.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Um.
I thought so. Okay, good. I'm
Mhm.
glad to hear. So yeah, when you work with Wells on debugging that button, maybe that button has something to do with the end of the favorite flow, the original one, um, and it triggering not triggering at the right time for that button to show up or something.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay, but at least they're all kind of within the same
Mm-hmm.
context. So
And we're gonna do this for both entertainment and places.
yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
would say when it comes to the logic, I want to have some freedom to make it like after 5 places, or I mean maybe after 2 places and 3 entertainment, or like I don't know, can I have a lot? I would really like a lot of freedom to like where
Oh
maybe if
yeah,
it's a
technically we
certain
can.
entertainment,
Yeah.
let's say, okay, cool. So like let's say a movie was checked into 10 times this week, maybe we show the one where you share it with your friends. Like maybe all kinds of different possibilities because
Mm.
I want to layer some logic in on it.
Well, when you say like a movie, is it gonna be hand baked like remotely, and we have to depend on it, or
No, no, more automatic. Like if we know, and more like a show too would probably be a better example. But like
Mhm.
some shows get really popular for a little while, and movies too, and maybe like it's really popular, it's being checked in and favorited quite a bit in circles. So maybe we want that one to be something you share with your friends, um, and maybe like maybe three of your friends already shared it, so maybe we don't share it internally. Maybe if three of your friends already shared it, we share it in
okay,
social
so
media. All that possible, like that's in a perfect world.
yeah, so for this we might need backend because like we don't know all of this.
Right, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So is this backend or is this database level?
I'm, I'm I think both. When I say
Mm.
backend, I think about it's like the base first and the backend, which is gonna send us back whatever it's in the database.
Okay. Okay, I'll work with Amit and Jerry on that aspect as I zero in on some of the logic I want to apply. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, but yeah, just in general, I'd like to have the freedom for it to show conditionally.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad it's going to be easy to have the right option on it. So that's good. Okay. Um, I saw Ian showed up here, um, but I think we cut. Like, do you have any questions for Ian regarding that video player? I mean, because he was the one who had the bug.
Um, let me just okay. Let me.
Okay.
When were we going to try to look into putting that streaming player instead of the videos?
And what was the? Tell me about that, Jerry. I
That
forget.
was for bandwidth saving.
Family saving, yes. Do we have a streaming player identified?
Well, Cloudinary has their own component,
I
and
am.
Amin said it was based off of one of the native players that I think we use.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, am I the only one in production on iOS that's having this problem? Because I have it every single time. It's not like it's sometimes. It's
I couldn't even play the video.
okay.
You couldn't
Okay.
even play a video, Jerry?
Yeah.
You can like
Oh, no.
even if it takes a lot of time.
It
Or
was. Let's see. That was Shelby's video. Let me try again.
Yeah, like I just did it again now, and it took about 5 or 6 seconds before it started to play, and then there were 2 audio streams again.
the audio issue, I think. So when I was working on it, I was working on it with the simulator. That's why I didn't cut the audio thing. That's I'm sure I can uh,
Yeah.
like have the same issue if I was like listening from a device. I didn't thought of it. So
Seconds in, it's still not playing.
oh, like even like 5 seconds, 10 seconds,
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm on gigabit Wi-Fi right now.
Oh, all right. That's an issue there.
I'm gonna try myself. I'm looking for a video.
Try Shelby's. That one isn't playing for me either.
Yeah.
I want to try a different one because you guys already confirmed that one.
So let me try another video. Let me go to maybe one of the videos Zane uploaded, or actually, I think LeBron uploaded some photos yesterday.
Yeah, I'm watching one. It's no problem. I'm
Okay.
watching another one.
No, Laron's video. Go into photographers chat, Danny, if you're in there, and try to play what Laron sent his last message.
I watched two that are.
That is not working for me either.
Photographer's chat.
Oh, you want me to add you to it?
I thought I was in it, but I have a lot of chats.
You're in it. It's in the guest list. It's a topic.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Oh no, I was in the actual.
Oh, there's a photographer. Yeah, okay. There is a photographer chat.
Mhm. Okay,
Where?
club photos. Let me see if they have videos.
I just watched three, but they were short, 10 seconds. They all worked.
I'm 0 for 2 right now.
Hmm. Perhaps I should try a longer video.
I'm having the double audio issue on most videos that have any audio.
If I can get a video to play, that would be awesome. Ooh, I wonder, actually, let me turn off my silent mode. Because I noticed that was an issue with audio playback with me.
Mm.
Okay, no, Shelby is still not coming up.
Huh. So yeah, I'm watching a fourth one. It's only a 6-second video, but it's working.
Where are you finding these videos, John?
I just watched one on Never Board Club, and I watched a few out of
No,
the.
you're in the same version as they are.
Yeah,
I'm in 37.
I can't. Yeah, I can't watch any videos now.
Works in 36. 37 does not.
Let me make sure I'm in 37.
I joined our meeting prematurely. I have to get on another meeting. Shoot me a message if you guys need me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm over 3 on videos. Never Board Club. Yeah, I would have given up if a video had taken this long to load, even if it is loaded.
Oh,
Over 4.
yeah, I'll work on it. Also, I think it's a good time to have that streaming video for Cloudinary, and it will help with this issue for sure. Yeah, I think it's can be reproducible. I just wanted to work on it. Also, the audio thing.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. I still didn't double check what our version I'm on. Oh, I have it. It's on my home screen. Let's do that. It is. Oh man, I'm in 36. How?
Yeah.
Shoot. I guess I have 3 phones. I guess it's the other one's on 37. Okay, I need to update. Okay, so I suppose that's a high priority then. So no videos are playable?
Ian's getting double audio on his, but
Okay.
Annie and I'm over 4 on videos right now.
Okay, I think we should make it a high priority, get a production build, and we can put a rush on it to get approved quickly by Apple. Could you help with that? I mean,
Yeah, I can start working on it right now. Maybe like do an over the air updates at least.
that's true. That would help. Maybe. Do you have? Is it possible now to do the over-the-air update where they only have to force close one time?
We can do that, but we have to do some work.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah,
really-
we didn't work on it, so we have to change like the logic how we apply the updates.
Okay. Okay. Then maybe let's not even worry about, like, a lot of people don't force close the app. So for now, let's just get
I
a.
think we can make it critical and
No, it's because it's not critical.
yeah.
The rest of the app works fine. So no, let's just get a production build as fast as we can, and we'll put a rush. Apple's pretty good. If we put a rush, it'll be approved in an hour.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's see what else we got. Jerry, how's everything going? What you working on today?
Yeah, I made some tables for Ayad. I want to work on the message admin to where we can like remove messages and check other things.
Yeah. What and as far as the admin goes, we talking about, like, if I create a group chat, is that the admin panel we're talking about?
Like the web-based admin panel?
Yeah.
What I'm talking about. Yeah.
You cut out for a sec. That is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool. We need to get that implemented.
Well, I think Amin has it implemented. Is that right? Like just not in 37.
No, it's not like to hide it only for managers.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But like the implementation, it's not a lot of work since the backend is there. It's just an if condition away from having it there.
Okay, that's good. Let's
Yeah.
get that QA build. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say the idea is that we can control the visibility of the button from the back end. So what we can do is we can make it visible for us internally,
Really?
and like as we get more comfortable with it, we can start asking, close friends to try it out, get their feedback before we really.
So on the front end, is there a slot that's empty, or it's like it just doesn't have that slot? Like, what do you mean?
Doesn't have the slot right now.
No, I know, but you're saying you can make it visible from the back end. So how does the front end know? Like the front end is built with the slot for it.
Yeah, just I don't know.
So
You won't know it isn't there. Like there won't just be a hole if
there won't be an empty
Right.
line, Adam.
right. There won't be an empty line.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Cool. Then we can do it in the next production build.
Right, and it's all controlled from the back end too. So
Okay. So maybe with this, when you fix the video player, maybe throw that if condition in there so we can
Mm-hmm.
get the admin panel up. Okay.
Okay.
And then Jerry, how is that admin panel looking since our last conversation?
better. Let me see if I could hop in from my phone and show y'all.
Okay. And I had some questions about it, about some of the functions. Let me think, what was it yesterday? Okay, so let me just ask a few questions. So like, would the person who creates the group chat, would they have the ability to completely remove a topic that's in their group chat? Is that part of the controls?
1 sec, let me try to join.
Okay.
To leave. Okay. And screen, share screen.
And that reminded me of a separate question I have when you're ready. It's kind of in the same
It
context.
is in the designs.
It is in the designs, but is it built?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm on build 30 right now. That's how I'm able to see it.
Right.
So it's looking better. The font is better. I asked AI to add the chevrons for
Yeah,
here.
that'd be helpful. 'Cause
Um,
they don't look like buttons,
yeah, manage topics, list.
It's already looking a lot better. Good. Okay. Interesting. So you got the topics like this. Okay, that's cool. So, but what are my choices? Like, what happens if I tap on one of these?
So you got to get the photo working, but hide topic right now just removes all the messages from it. But it doesn't like hard delete. It just soft deletes it.
Gotcha. So it won't show at the top, and there won't be any. Well, that means it's just you won't see messages, obviously.
Right, there won't be messages. I sent AI database. So in the mockups, we have stuff we can do like disappearing messages. We can do it to where it's announcements only. People can't mute it, stuff like that.
What if I want to restore the topic? Is that possible?
Not right now, but it could be.
Okay. And so if you go back, it should indicate that it's hidden on the screen. I imagine that's probably not built yet either. Is that in our designs? Go ahead and go back. So Chantel, is that in our designs? Like if let's say I hid fitness and wellness.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
back.
It's like
No, I don't have that in the designs.
it's
Great idea. I can put something together for that.
Let's do that. So it should still show here. But like grayed out,
Mhm.
and like it should say hidden. What were you gonna say, Jerry?
Sorry, my recording is like behind the screen. Unless I move the screen, it's like I guess some kind of compression that they're doing on in. But
Okay.
yeah, we have the pagination here. We go to
Okay.
next.
Cool.
Do this. Back for the manage members. There's still what are contacts in here?
On a similar note to this, just curious if we wanted to create, let's say, a custom topic that said, um, like some type of rule or guidelines for the chat, and it's just one message, and we don't want any more messages. Can this admin portal allow us to lock messages out of a topic, or is that something worst case scenario you could just do it on the back end if we wanted to
It
have
would
a
be-
topic that just never can change?
Ideally, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
The-
ideally.
You would configure that message on the screen on this interface, and then you'll have the back end. Because what you could do is you would create a topic, and then you go in the admin, and then you lock it from
Yeah.
here. Because
Do we
that's
have any designs for that, Chantel?
So I do have a toggle of being able to have people send messages. So I have it so you can have it where it would be like admin only. So that would toggle on. So I feel like that would work the same.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if the admin chose that, then they'd be the only one who could send a message.
Right.
Okay. Now I wonder if I built that. What do you think, Jerry?
well, everything would be on the screen, and
That's true. Okay. So he's got a lot of work to do.
yeah, I
Okay.
think we got back onto it yesterday, I believe,
Okay. Okay.
and I have to work with him on the message admin, and we want to build out like an audit log too, so you can see all the history that goes on.
Mhm.
So there's still some things to do here. For managed members, all these people that are contacts. Oh, why is it saying no one? That is so weird. Oh my god. So it's like not until I move the screen it updates
Hmm.
on the Google. But yeah, like a lot of these contacts are in here now. Even though we don't have external users in the chat because they were removed after 100 messages, they still show as a member in the chat. So whenever they come into Circles, they'll be in this group.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe you should have a flag being like, "Oh, they were removed due to inactivity." But if you're wondering, "Oh, why are there so many contacts in here?" Well, that's just because they passed up their 100 message free.
I see. And the ones at the top, did they become external user? Or, I mean, internal user, like, or like that's the ones with the photos.
Oh, so like 61 Isaac, oh come on. 61 Isaac is an internal user. See how they don't have a contact near him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because he once was an external user, or he just always was an internal?
He always was internal. Well, right now it doesn't explicitly say who was converted.
Yeah, I want that.
Okay, you want to see who was converted?
I think so.
I mean,
I don't-
that's
it's
not-
all actually,
that's really good for us to know, but I don't
Yeah.
think like
yeah, this
somebody-
probably doesn't really need to be here.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, then there's everyone. Okay, yeah, users, ban, kick, muted. And if I go to Alberto, so now we have notes, warnings, one mute group ban, and we have ban it. It keeps doing it. It must be something with the web view, but
Mhm.
yeah. So we have ban an app that's only visible to me, like it's like us internally.
Okay.
Everybody else, like notes and stuff, that would be like pushed up,
Okay.
and we won't have that second row. But yeah,
Okay.
made better changes using the fonts here. Notes you can add warnings. I worked with them on that yesterday.
Okay. If you want to kick somebody out of your group chat permanently, is that the ban button?
That would be the ban button, correct?
Okay.
Mute keeps them.
Does that function?
Last time I checked, it should.
Okay. Let's check it again.
Has to be from the back end. So chat.
Is there anything Amit can assist here with?
No, it's mostly database stuff with this.
Huh.
Band member. I probably need to put that in here. Yeah, warning.
If I add a warning, where does that go? Their chat, their inbox?
So all that goes here for now is it goes in this warning section.
So they wouldn't even know they got a warning.
They wouldn't know they got a warning, which I know sounds silly. What is it supposed to do?
I
for the
I
user?
have it where they would get a alert, and then
What kind of an
they
alert?
could open it. So right now it's I think in the alerts section, but I do think that maybe it should be a notification that takes you to a specific one-on-one chat.
The only
I don't
problem is not everyone has notifications on. So I think they should probably have a message in their inbox.
Yeah.
Maybe we could send it from Circles Buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, send it from Circles
that
Buddy.
would work, yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on the. I mean, if it's a warning from the admin, it probably should be from the admin.
So the reason why I had it where it's not like from a specific admin is like, okay, so I've got 3 admins on my team, and sometimes you don't want a single admin to be singled out for giving out warnings and stuff. You kind of want it to come from like the organization, kind of.
Mhm.
So that was kind of the thought on that. Kind of reduces a little bit of animosity towards a single person.
Yeah. Mhm. Well,
Do you want to copy someone who's done it before, maybe?
yeah, I was thinking that. Like, what does Discord or whatever, whoever else do?
Let's see.
Wow. Zane alone has sent 4,000 messages in this group.
So that's nuts.
Discord, it would probably come from the admin directly.
Could you show me a breakdown, Jerry, of his top 5? Like, so like 4,000 in that one. What's second? And which group is second? And what's that number? Which group is third?
Like, wait, what do you mean? Which group?
How many messages has he sent in his I'm assuming the most is Never Board Club. So what's the second place of the number of messages sent?
I can get that for you. Just give me,
Okay.
and I'm
Okay. I'd like to see second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place, maybe even through 10. Actually, probably through 10. If it's fairly easy for you.
Yep, hang tight.
Okay.
Put that in just a few seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Yep, Neverboard Club. Yeah, by far.
Probably Sacramento Kings is maybe second.
Let's see. Chant that through. Key. Neverboard Club, and then Sacramento Kings. Well, okay. Neverboard Club has 4,072 messages.
Okay.
I can quit the screen sharing for now. Drop out of here. Sacramento Kings 608.
That's number 2.
Yeah, actually, look, I'll just share the screen with you.
Okay.
This is everything sorted.
Okay. Cool. We send that to me in Slack?
Mhm.
Cool. Thank you. Chantel, will you share your screen so we can see the designs for this admin panel? I want to go through it and have a few more questions about that admin panel with Jerry. So as far as functionality goes, and can't remember what my question was yesterday from an admin. Maybe it was simply locking chat.
Something Zane pitched yesterday when I was on the phone with him was like the admin can determine if you can't send like bad words. That
Okay.
there could be 2 layers. That the first layer could be is that bad messages do not get sent, or another layer is that they get censored, or you just free for all on it. Because he was like, do that for Never Board Club, and I told him, well, no, I don't want to do it right now, but maybe we can have it on a toggle, because we don't want everybody's and every message and every group to get filtered. Because
Mm-hmm.
smaller, intimate groups, but yeah, we're gonna make that by a toggle.
Okay.
Else was
Yeah.
something that he
That's okay.
trying to think. He were the
If we roll this out, I'm worried that there's going to be a lot of things that don't really work right away. Could we only enable it for, let's say, one person, one admin,
Yeah.
one key?
That's what I'm saying. This is all by the back end. So
Okay.
yeah, if we want to only allow it to, if we want to only slowly roll it out, we can do that.
Good. Okay. Yeah, let's do it with just one person. I don't want to have 10 people breaking things.
Yep.
Because this is a direct path to the database, right?
Not quite. No.
No,
I mean, not as direct as the app is. I don't know.
I suppose so, but this is introducing permissions, and I know we're not deleting anything, but
I mean, yeah, it gives some people some powerful permissions, but
yeah,
should be filtering all these roles. The only people that would see this are people that should be seeing it to begin with.
for sure. But people make mistakes. Like they might think they know how something works, and then they do it completely wrong, and then has an unintended consequence. Um, okay, so walk me through this a little bit, Chantal.
Yeah, I have this new design right here because
Okay.
I know that Ian had suggested that it looked very similar to the initial one. So you would go to admin settings and then it would change to this.
Well, I like trying to keep that part similar, but we might run out of room. Like this may have way more.
Yeah, I had initially started with this, and then as I was going through a different conversation, I think that we were on, I realized we could kind of condense some of these things because also some of these things were considering that it was going to be an organization like
Right.
fraternities and sororities, and then I had a larger event section built out way
Yeah.
down here.
Oh, you know what? Okay, you know what Zane keeps asking for, and this is actually an important feature. Just reminded me of something, Chantal. Events.
Mhm.
Jerry, if we have, let's say we have 100 people mark themselves going to an event, it would be very helpful for the event creator to be able to check them off as being there. Whether the user checks in, like if the user checks in, then obviously that's kind of automatic. That would have to be based on location. So there's a little bit of a rule we'd have to have there. But at the very least, the event organizer, because what if it's 500 people? What we have to do right now, and this is going to happen Saturday, we have an event, we have 150 tickets. We're going to have to print a list of everyone who's going, and then we're going to have to check them off of a paper list. So ideally, we'd be able to check them off here somehow. First of all, what does that take technically? And then I imagine, Chantal, do you have anything for that? I know we once talked something about that. Do you
Yeah, I
any-
have it up right here.
Oh, sweet.
Let me pull this over to a bigger screen a little bit.
Okay.
Invite what's going. What? Let me hop in Figma.
In theory, we could have this ready by Saturday because it's all web-based, right? It'd be real nice to have this ready by Saturday because we're gonna have 150 people at least.
So let me. I know that's okay. I'm just finding your. So check in. Yeah, we're not really doing the credit thing.
Yeah.
What if we did this off of like where you go into a topic? Would that be too much? So if you go to the topics screen and when you click on that event topic, then there's like a button to like a guest list button.
Well, we could do it straight from here
I think
too,
there should
with
be
like the
one part of the admin portal where the
maybe
event
that.
maybe, but that's not a web view. The
Right. True.
I want the list to be dynamic, Jerry, where I have 150 names. I'm the guy organizing the event. I can mark each person as arrived. Straight up, easy, nothing more to it than that. So all these people here said they're going. Let's the 4 people on the left here. So from as an admin point of view, I can mark them as arrived.
Yeah.
Maybe an arrived button.
I have it as check-in, and then once they've checked in, it turns into a check mark.
I see.
And then I have like full analytics on here too to be able to see who RSVP'd versus who went, being able to view the members, being able to see, if someone was late. That we don't really need that as far as how that
Yeah,
would go.
that's nice to have. Okay.
Yeah, and so I even have like event analytics, so you can see most recent versus highest attendance.
Cool. Okay, let's go back
Uh,
to the basics. So if
right
4
here.
people, 4 people come in, um, um, maybe we don't even need the slider because we don't use the slider on the drawer. Maybe we do. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. On the drawer, it's just like sorted. Top is going, middle is maybe, and bottom is not going, I think. But okay, either way. So let's say, that check-in button is the way you would mark off if someone arrived, basically, right?
Yes. Yeah. And then it would turn into a check mark to let you know they came.
Okay, why does the screen on the very far left have no buttons like that?
Let's see. Admin can start. Oh, so this is before the event. So I have this where you can start checking people in the
Mhm.
same day of the event. So you wouldn't check people in until the day of.
Okay.
And
Which
then I
maybe we
have
don't need that level of security because it is the admin anyway.
true. Yeah.
Probably
So I have it. It says admin can start checking in people the same day of the event. Imagine volunteers setting up the morning of an event, and admin wants to check them in early rather than waiting until the event start. If you accidentally click check in, you can click it again to reverse it here.
Okay.
If you accidentally click the wrong person.
Kind of want the button to say arrived, but maybe does that apply? I guess not to a digital, like a Zoom call, I guess. But even, I guess it does though. Arrived. I don't know. After it says, so like you hit check in and then it says arrived. Maybe I might be overthinking it. But I have a couple more questions. Why is there a search bar on some of these and not others? How do I get? Is that the little?
So right here, search right there, and it would pop up.
Okay. I say we
Just
just
to kind of help keep it a little cleaner.
Yeah. I mean, it's more architecting too, though, for them to.
Okay.
I would just keep it there all the time at the
Okay.
very top.
Yeah, this is if I was at the door, I don't want to have to look and search. I can just search
Yeah,
for the
it makes
person.
sense. That's perfect. Yeah, let's have that right under invite list,
Okay,
right
right
above.
there.
Yeah, right above those sliders. Okay. Um. Okay, so this pretty much does what I think I need it to do, right, Jerry? Like, anything missing here?
No, I think just we want to record attendance and then that's it.
Yeah, attendance.
Nothing extra. We're just doing attendance.
Attendance. That's a good word. Um. Attendance.
Yeah, because one of the things I had on here for events is that you could have an invite link that would take you straight to the event and you'd only have event access only. So if you want to invite someone to an event, but you don't want to necessarily let them have access to the full group chat,
Yeah.
it would be a link and you would only have that one view. So that's why it says invited, is if you wanted to do it either.
I see.
Through
We don't support that just yet though, right?
Yeah. So again, all future stuff. So
For sure. How do I get to the screen on the left?
you'd have additional access, additional options, I should say, on here.
Where's
it
the one?
Here, maybe event details. No, maybe it was. Okay, so this was an option for people to self check in. Sorry, it's been a while since I've looked at this.
No worries. That's actually a good one though. Like, we do want to make it location based, I think.
Yeah, to be able to have people self check in as soon as they get there.
Yes.
Um,
Also, I think whatever the option is over here on this menu, I think it should say attendance. I think that's a really good word
yeah.
because I understand what that means.
Okay.
And then maybe the
since
header
it's
there, I
stuff
would
we
change.
don't need this. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
and
get
then
rid of
I'd change the header to attendance.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, but I need to know how I get here. And then Jerry, I want to make a goal to have this done by Friday.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be super helpful.
How is
It would make sense to me to actually, where we already have the view who's coming, for it to take you here if you're an admin only.
Except that's going to require a front end
Okay.
change. It has to all first come through the admin button, like the admin access. Then from there, we can do whatever we want.
Okay.
Right, Jerry?
correct?
Okay. So we can turn that on right now. So let's say Zane was the creator of the guest list group chat. We have the event in there. He will visibly see the access to the portal through his menu. From there, he will see an attendance button somewhere for events, which I want to see exactly what that looks like because I think that flow is not quite.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I do feel like you should be able to get to it somewhere else. I don't have a note on here on how to get to this.
Okay. And then we can look at, Jerry, this. You could maybe just do a screenshot of what's currently built because that's where we're starting from today. I think we had two buttons. We had manage something and something. What were the two buttons?
Manage topics and manage members.
Yeah. Does that sound right, Jerry? Manage topics and manage members were the two choices currently.
Yes.
Okay. So manage topics, manage member. I suppose under manage members would be where I'd see attendance.
Okay.
Maybe. Or maybe another button for attendance there.
That would just be manage events.
Yeah.
Manage events.
And
Okay.
then
So
Yeah, that would make sense.
yeah, we need a button that says manage events.
Oh, you know what? That is part of my. Yep,
there?
that's right here in the old version. I had a specific thing just for events, but
I
it
would
sounded
stay
like
with
you
that.
weren't.
I want to stay with that design. That modal
Okay.
is not going to be scalable.
Okay.
But yeah,
Sure.
let's use that. And Jerry,
Yeah.
let's get IOD to add a manage events.
Yeah.
Plural.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from there, we have that attendance button. So what does it look like? If I tap manage events, what does the next screen look like?
So this is create event.
Well, this will be nice to not have to print something because our problem was we're going to have to print this out at 6 p.m. and then that's it, cut off. And now this will be much more user friendly and give us some more freedom to give away more of these tickets on our terms.
I think it would just take you here. So I do definitely need a thing on here that says that because I think it would take you back here to be able to do.
And I would keep in mind too, everything here with like this style is going to be in app.
Yeah. Which
everything
we
web
already
view.
have some of this built
Yeah.
out like this.
But don't forget, every only thing that's going to be on here is like an admin portal button, and that's it.
Okay. Okay.
And then everything else will be on the web view, which will be full screen, white background.
Okay.
Because
Got
that's where you have to leave the app through that admin button
Right. Yeah.
to get
To
into
get
the
to
web.
the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then that's where everything else will take place. Okay, so we'll have a manage events button. So we'll have 3 buttons now: manage topics, manage members, manage events. Okay, manage events. I want to know what the next screen looks like.
Yeah. So I think, like I said, it was that as the initial thing. So, but I can definitely, obviously, redesign that so it's not looking like that and make it look more.
Well, I would just go right off of what's currently there. It's Jerry, send a screenshot of that portal. Like after you hit the admin button in the app to get there. There's basically 2 buttons after that, right?
Oh yeah.
Send Chantel a screenshot of that. So, because that's what you're going to be working with in the practical sense, is that
Yeah.
there is an existing one.
We were talking about you want a screenshot of this screen?
I'm not-
No, the one that's already in there.
Yeah, the one that's live.
This one? It's just it.
You sent it to me. Okay, let's see.
Development chat.
1 second. Yes. So this is what's live. Underneath manage topics will be another button that says manage events. Yep. So you just go off of that, Chantel, for now. Then there needs to be another screen to manage my events. And one of the buttons should be attendance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
What other choices do I have? I guess there's
So-
nothing built yet.
Yeah. I have this thing, this is definitely down the line of a live photo stream, is once the event time has started, that they could get a system message that said the event has started, which would then also give you a notification. And then it would give you an option to add photos, and those photos, well, you can check in then once the system message came up, and then a card would be created that would go on the Discover feed, and everyone could add their photos in a collaborative album. So everything from that event, everyone who took it would all be in that card.
That would be awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
And I
And
guess we'll
we
have
also have it to where it would create a special URL. So if you wanted to do a live stream, say like on a projector at the event of people as their photos come up, because a lot of events do that anyways, where it's like, do this hashtag on the photo and it will automatically come through there. So it'd be the same thing. It would be like a little URL
Cool.
that it would be a link. So
Okay, cool. Very cool. I suppose some of this we could implement right away, like the start time, end time. That's already been created when the event was created. The self check-in thing, I guess we'll have to wait on that a little bit. The location, obviously, we could have that. Event details, we can have that. I don't know if we want to make this all editable. Jerry, all I care about between now and Friday is just the attendance.
Yep.
So I would say let's not overreach on what we want to accomplish between now and Friday.
Already got the tables ready for him to start.
Excellent. I think it would be nice to have the ability to change the dates and times here. But it's on the previous menu. So we don't really have to here for now. I'll just tell Zane how it works, but it's pretty straightforward. You hit the admin button to get to the next screen. It'll have a manage events button. So I guess what we ought to do then is for the manage events button, Chantel and Jerry, if there doesn't need to be a middle screen. Might as well just go right to attendance, because that's the only thing that can be managed yet.
well, you would need the specific event, right? Because what if you've got multiple events?
You would have to be able to pick the event.
Yeah.
you could have multiple events in a chat. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need a screen where you pick the event.
Yeah, that's why I think I was initially thinking that you would go to the view event details because right now we already have an edit event button in the app currently where you can go and edit it.
Yeah, but don't forget you'll be out of the app.
Right.
So we can mimic, we can have the
Yeah.
same controls, but that just creates more construction between now and Friday.
Yeah.
It won't be crazy. It's already mostly handled, but the shortest path is being able to select the proper event from the chat because there may be multiple, like you said, and then go straight to attendance. So I guess we do need a screen where it
In
lists,
between. Yeah.
lists the current events. So Jerry, can you help Ayad create a screen that lists the events in that chat, and then
It could
takes you
probably
to
look similar to this,
yeah,
but
I was
instead of
thinking that.
event analytics, it would just say like events.
Yeah, and similar to the one he had where it showed all the topics. Because like he already
Yeah.
built the screen that showed topics. So similar to that, like maybe it has pagination, whatever else he built, like he should just keep the same framework. So Jerry, will you make sure Ayad can create a screen for us where you can select the event and then it'll take you to the attendance screen?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I got the tables. Yeah, we built this out.
Cool.
Built this out forever ago when we first when this was first done all these months ago. Yeah. we
Cool,
built
cool.
that.
Okay. Excellent. Chantel, when you're done with that, I want you to send me a screenshot of the attendance one.
Mhm. I guess in this one, you don't need to know how many. Oh, I'm missing something.
So what do we do, John, if somebody shows up to the event and they're just like, "Hey, I'm here for the free tickets." They're like, "Oh, well, did you put yourself as going in the Circles app?" We're going to, the guidance would be is just to have them mark themselves as going so they show up in the invite list.
Yeah, that's key. They have to mark themselves going.
Okay, so we're not going to have like just a back end to just add them into the going list.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, got it. So also for maybe so for the check-in screen, is it only going to show the check-in button for going or going maybe?
No maybes. Well, wait a minute. Are we talking about back in the app side now?
No, on what Chantel is editing right now. So the check-in button.
Yeah, I guess we probably should have all three because people will be stupid and mark themselves maybe. They'll show up and they'll be like, "No, I said I'm going," but they'll be in the maybe column.
The maybes are like going and maybe. I think not going. I think we should make them like, oh, do it right now.
Yeah, how would we know if they're in it or not? I mean, if we're gonna do 2 sliders, we might as well do all 3.
I know, but if we're trying to really get them to use the app the right way,
we will. I mean, that's on the door person. They would say, "Okay, your mark is not going. You need to go change that."
Okay.
They still, can do that.
Okay.
Okay, let me finish my message here.
What's this?
Let me know when you send that screenshot too.
Yeah, I just realized, I'm being kind of picky here, but I should be.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
like that the spacing is wrong on all of these.
yeah, I was noticed that. For this purpose, I'm just telling Zane like what's going on.
Sure.
So
Okay.
send me one that like gets the point across.
Yep.
Cool, thank you. I do have another question now that I'm looking at this and thinking about it.
Okay.
Might be for Jerry. One second, let me finish this message. Jerry, if I wanted someone other than Zane to have access to this to mark people as arrived,
Hmm.
we'd have to be able to sign another admin, right?
Yeah, another admin. Yeah, but then it'd be like admin. Unless we only give them event access. I mean, maybe I think we could do it to where we can give them just access to the event button if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah. How do we do that? Like if so let's say we assign somebody at the door. Yeah, other than Zane, to be able to mark people arrived.
Okay, that's a good one. Somebody at
Yeah.
the door.
Right.
I was gonna say I can just like put a tick for them in the database if you knew ahead of time.
Yeah, I mean, I get ultimately every admin should be able to have like a co-admin, right? I don't know if we have built it that way yet.
Yeah, I have it in the members to be able to add someone as admin and also transfer ownership.
Okay, has that been built out yet, Jerry?
Probably not.
No.
Maybe we should do that by Friday then, because we're gonna need it anyway. So that'll solve the issue. So Zane can assign person X, and they can mark people as they arrive.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna go think through that, make sure. I mean, I feel like we want to do another admin, but like I feel like this person's just gonna be like an event manager.
No, it would be an admin. That's what I mean. It would be he can assign any amount of admins he wants. Maybe we cap it at 5 or something like that. But for now, yeah, he can assign any admin of his choosing. That admin will have the access to that screen to mark people as arrived. And then that'll be something we use forever for all future chats for all admins, right? It's going to be kind of a
Oh,
necessity.
yeah, I have it in here. Okay, so I do have Mark as admin, but I should probably have something to remove them as admin now that I think about it.
Yeah. Now we don't need it like desperately at the moment, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we need a QA, or no, we need a production build very soon where we unhide, or can it currently be unhidden, Jerry?
No.
No, we need the production build.
Yes.
Okay, so we need that very soon. We need that today.
Yes.
Well, we need it anyway because we got the video player issue. Okay.
Maybe remove as admin. or remove admin access, remove admin role.
I'd like it also. Okay, this will be a nice to have bonus if we could have the users check in at the event and
Yeah.
it updates this portal, Jerry.
We don't have like a check-in at event button.
Well, I can check into the venue. So you know the profile ID for that venue. So it's going to be a Bar West, local place down on J Street. And
But we
anybody who checks into Bar West, it goes right to that list.
One of the things that was discussed is once the event time has started, if you click on check-in and you're currently at the event would show up.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I'll
And that would
explain
be
that.
only visible if you clicked going.
Yeah, let me hold that thought until Jerry's still thinking about the first part of it. Can we
Yeah.
can we do that though, Jerry? I would like the event location to, like, if a user checks into it, update our list of attendees.
I wonder, do we have any event that we should have events that say Bar West? I'm curious if I could do this. Let me try something.
Okay. This is very exciting.
Why do I keep getting text messages only when Amin onboards?
What do you mean only when Amin?
Like I only get text messages every time Amin onboards.
Can you send that to Jerry?
Yeah.
Oh, I know why. Because it means onboarding in QA.
Still though, why we
Why
should get
text messages though?
Because your
notifications are off?
your player ID is desynced because you're in production. Yeah, it's a player ID syncing issue. Is that it's checking to see.
Oh,
It's
okay. 'cause
Also, there
about-
should be a max of one only ever on that though, right? I thought we had that.
We did, but you asked to remove it.
No, not one, not remove it for repetitive, like from the same person, remove it so two different people. She's saying she gets it from Amin repetitively.
Right, it'd be every time he.
I don't want that. I want that to, sorry, maybe I wasn't clear. I want that to stay one time only ever from one person. But not necessarily if a second friend of yours onboards.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, make a note of it. I think it's an edge case because, like, how many people like delete and onboard a bunch of times?
Yeah, maybe you could ask Amit to look into it too while I'm working on this event stuff.
That's a good idea. Hey, Amit,
Yes, sir.
did you catch any of that?
No, sorry.
Okay, so when a user onboards,
Hmm?
they get an SMS
Hmm?
from their friend. So,
Yes.
their friend receives one if they have notifications off. I want it to only happen once per person. So, like, if you onboard 3 times, I only want to get one SMS from you.
Okay.
But if you onboard 3 times and Danny onboards 3 times, I would get one from you and one from Danny.
Hmm.
You see what I mean? So
Yes.
I'd still get multiple, but never multiple from the same person.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks. want to grab a bite. Be right back. Okay, I'm back if anyone needs me.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we could be able to do an auto check-in. It's not explicitly linked to the place in the database, but I could basically say, like, if there's an event within 10 meters of there and you checked in while the event's going on, then call it active. Here's something, John. What if they put themselves not going and they checked in?
Well, there's two different things going on here, but before I answer that, so you could check into the venue, like the locate, like at this in this case, Bar West. You could check into Bar West,
Mhm.
and we could just say anybody on our going list is now arrived. That's one way to do it. Chantel suggested a more advanced formula where if I hit the check-in button on the nav bar, it brings up all the nearby places and it actually brings up the event. And we could check into the event. But I don't think we need to necessarily do that right now just because all the testing. I'd rather just check into the venue.
Yeah, you check in the Bar West, and okay, so if you put yourself as going, we can check you into the event.
Say again?
So only if you put yourself as going, though, on RSVP list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we mark you as arrived when you check in.
Right. And what if you put yourself as not going?
We don't mark you as arrived.
Okay. So only if you're going. To
Yeah.
benefit of doing things the right way. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Okay. Could we make it location based? Like, in the sense of you can't check in from home.
Ooh.
I mean, this is like not really that important because, like, well, I mean, it'd be nice. I don't know how much work that is.
It depends if we're passing location already.
Mm-hmm. Are we?
Let's find out. Let's find out. No, we're not. We're not taking location unless we like take the user's last location ping.
Well, as soon as they open the app, we get that ping.
Right, we could check their last location ping. That would
Right.
be an extra check.
We don't currently do that.
No, it's an extra check. I'm saying while they check in, so we would be checking their most recent location from the location ping,
Mhm.
and then we would see if there's a profile there. Well, we would see if it matches. If it's near the area.
I mean, when you check in, when you hit the check-in button, it's grabbing your location right now.
I think what he's trying to say is that we would then have to check one if there's an event at that location, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, we're not passing the location when you press the check-in button. Actually, I can see it from.
I mean, we are definitely getting the location because it shows nearby places.
Well, it's not passed to the mutation, so prevent additional front end changes from being required.
Yeah.
Well, I can go by their location report. I think this is fine. I think this will be fine.